Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 9 for the event progeny prospects. In this example, we are going to study a female chart whose destiny for the progeny is promising for the progeny, and with some obstacles or hurdles are influenced by the unfavorable key planets. But the running dasa on which she got married, that was supportive, but the bugdi in which that native got married, what was not favorable for the pregnancy, because that unfavorable key planet is strongly influencing this bugdi. And moreover, if you look at the lagna also, that lagna being the females, if you look at the lagna and the star and some of your planet, which are indicating some sort of weakness, some or some defects in the body. So it is also indicating some weakness. And after that dasa, the next dasa which was running, that dasa also supportive for the pregnancy along with some weakness. So she underwent medical treatment, and during that supportive dasa, during the favorable buddhi, she was conceived by method of IVF. So during the favorable supportive dasa, during the favorable buddhi, she got the conception, and delivery also happened in the supportive period. So we are going to study the destiny and the unfavorable key planets which are making the destinies weaker, and destiny is favorable, but which are the unfavorable key planets are influencing the destiny, and why that immediately after the marriage, why that destiny planet itself was the Dasa Lord at the time of marriage, but Bugdi Lord was not strong. Then why did not happen during that Bhukti Lord? And why? How come that next Dasa was supportive? But why that when the Dasa is supportive in the next Dasa, why that conception did not take place by naturally? Why? What is the necessity for the such medical assistance? Because that Dasa Lord also should be influenced by the some unfavorable key planet. So it is required. The destiny planet also should have some influence of the unfavorable key planet, and Dasa also should have that, because of the favorable key planets. And during that favorable bhukti only, that conception is supportive. But because of the unfavorable influence, it was required to go for the medical assistance. So she underwent IVF in the favorable bhukti. The pregnancy happened. So let us check one by one in this chart now. Example number 9, timing of childbirth, pregnancy through IVF. Now let us examine the birth chart of that female. This is the birth chart of that female. Now let us do the basic study on the natal chart. Let me open the North Indian chart. Now let us have a look at the birth chart and do a general study on the 5th house. 5th Lagna is falling in the Cancer. 5th cusp is falling in the sign of Scorpio. 5th house is occupied by Rahu. If Rahu is the occupant of the 5th house, it is having good signification in CST and CSL. It is going to be very good. Otherwise, if it is having unfavorable house to the 5th house, it is going to cause obstacles, right? And Rahu occupying 5th house, and the Sun is in the sign of Mars, so that indirectly connecting to the Rahu, and Sun is second lord. So 5th occupant Rahu is getting connection support of the Sun. That is also good. And 5th lord Mars posted in the Lagna in the sign of Cancer. So basically the Mars 5th lord posted in the Cancer is not it is indicating some weakness, but it is conjoined with the Lagna Lord Moon. That is fine. So that Mars is posted in the Lagna is fine, and conjoined with the Moon. So in the sign of Moon, if Moon is having some unfavorable, that is going to cause obstacles to the Mars. Now, another planet is influencing this Mars by way of aspect. Saturn is not aspecting, and Mars is getting the support of Sun because Sun and Rahu are posted in the sign of Mars, but no other planet is influencing them directly. So that way, fifth lord posted in the Lagna in the Cancer sign conjoined with the moon. So the first house is supportive, but it is indicating some weakness also. And Rahu is occupying fifth house, and Sun is second lord is connecting to the Rahu. It is fine. But what about the Jupiter? Jupiter, the Karaka planet Jupiter, is occupying third house. Sixth lord, ninth lord occupying third house, and it is aspecting to the Venus and Mercury. Its Rasi Lord is Mercury. Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury and Mercury in the sign of Jupiter. So sign exchange is seen here. And it means what? 3 and 9 houses are strongly connected. So that is good. So Jupiter is posted in a good place only. It is also aspected by Venus. Venus is fourth lord, but also 11th lord. So 11th lord is connected, 9th lord, 11th lord is connected, and third lord also connected. Jupiter also aspecting to the Ketu. Ketu is the occupant of the 11th house. So that way it is fine. So fifth lord is not connected to the Mars, not influenced by the Mars, Jupiter directly. But Jupiter is not badly posted. Jupiter posted in the sign of Virgo is indicating some weakness. But Jupiter and Mercury are in sign exchange, that is good, and conjoined with the Venus, that is also fine. So that way, basically it is supportive, but we have to see in detail the signification whether strong obstacles are indicated on the fifth house matters. Now let us examine the self-signification. Then let us check the destiny. Now let me take you to the self-significations. And now let us check the self-significators. And planet colors also we can give. Now if you see that Lagna Lord occupying Lagna moon, and it is 12th sublord. So 1 is good only, not bad. 12th sublord. It is not very strong also, it is not bad also. So we can see moon, we can give mixed significator. And fifth cuspal lord. Fifth cuspal sublord. Fifth cuspal lord is Mars. Mars also 10th lord occupying Lagna. 4, 8, 12 star lord and 10th sublord. So fifth lord occupying Lagna, 4, 8, 12, 10. This is not actually good. Fifth lord itself is having unfavorable grouping. It is weak. So being the fifth lord occupying Lagna is fine, but having got unfavorable grouping, it is weakened. And representing Rahu having 5 and 9, it is supportive. So definitely Mars should be a light pink planet because it is favorable also present, strong unfavorable are present. So we cannot give light red because of the fifth and nine Lagna are present, but we cannot give dark pink also because unfavorable on the higher side. So I have given to different shade Mars light pink. And occupant of the fifth house is Rahu, and 6 and 9 cuspal sublord. Fifth occupant and 9th sublord is fine. And 6th sublord, it is indicating some weakness but not detrimental. But Mars is not good. So Rahu can be given as the fifth occupant, and 9th sublord, this is fine. Whether we can give blue color because of the Mars unfavorable signification. I feel 5 and 9 is good, so we can give blue. Right? So let us give blue to the Rahu. Now let us check the next planet, Jupiter. 6th lord, 9th lord occupying third house and 9th sublord. So 9, 3, 9 are favorable, supportive. Being the 6th lord, this is having good significations, but not having 5th house or 11th house, but 9 is good. So it is favorable. So we can give Jupiter blue color. And Saturn, 7th lord, 8th lord occupying 8th house. This is indicating some weakness but not detrimental. It is indicating some hurdles or obstacles. 1-5 star lord and 1-3-7 cuspal sublord. So this is very good. Because of the 8 and 8, we can give that planet is we need not give a pink shade. We can give light green or blue. We already given blue to this Jupiter and also Rahu. I feel such a favorable grouping with 1-3-7 cuspal sublord. I feel we can give Saturn as the light green color. Because of the 8 and 8, I am not giving dark green, I am giving light green. Mercury planet, 3rd lord, 12th lord occupying 9th house, 5 and 11 cuspal sublord. This is very good. But because of the 12th lord, we cannot give unfavorable, but Mercury also we can give the light green. So Saturn and Mercury are light green is good. And Ketu, occupant of the 11th house, but 2, 6, 10 and 8 sublord. Venus representing is good. So this has got some weakness. So Ketu can be given blue. Because 11th occupant 2, 6, 10 and 8. No, we can give Ketu can be a pink shade because of the 8th cuspal sublord. 2, 6, 10, 16 and 8. Some weakness are there. So we can give a pink. But occupant of the 11th house and Ketu represents Venus is good. So still I'm giving because of this 8th sublord, I like to give differentiate from the other planets. I'm giving pink shade. And Venus, 4th lord, 11th lord occupying 9th house and 2nd cuspal sublord. Though it is 4th lord, but 11th lord occupying 9th house and 2nd cuspal sublord is very good grouping. Second planet has got some weakness. So Venus we can give light green because of the Ketu. We can give green also because of the 4th lord. We can give light green also. And because of these 4, 6, 2, 6, 10, 8, we can give blue. But 11 to 9, 11 9 2 is very good. This grouping is very good. So because we required all the favorable houses, they're all present here for the Venus. So Venus we can give light green also. But if at all you want to give, difference, show the difference between the Saturn and Mercury, we can give blue also. Any other planet has got blue. Rahu has got blue, is unfavorable on the higher side. And Jupiter is because of 6th lord, I have given blue, but this also can be given green. But being the 6th lord, I have given blue. But this can be given light green also. I think Jupiter can be given light green. And Sun, not Sun. Venus, yes, we have given already. What planet we are talking about? I forgot. Ketu is, pink, and Venus is 9, 11, 9, and 2. We are given light green, that is fine, though second planet is weak. And the Sun, 2, 10, 3, 7, 11, and 4. Definitely it is going to be a blue one because of the 4th cuspal sublord and occupant 10th house. But 2, 3, 7, 11 are good. But because of the 10 and 4, I'm giving that blue. So we can see that blue and green are not that much strongly unfavorable. Only pink and light pink we have to see. There is no red we have given. Mars is equal to red only, but being the 5th lord we have taken is the light pink. But we can imagine that can be, it can be considered as light red also. I think let us give light red for the Mars. Though it is 5th lord, 10, 1, 4, 8, 12, 10 is not good. So we have to differentiate from the other planets. I'm giving the light red to the Mars. Okay, so now anyway, we are going to check with the level-wise study with the EPS table. There we will see not just with the colors we are not going to decide, but the colors will help us in finding the role of the favorable and unfavorable key planets. Now let us go to the home page and check the destiny. Self-significator. And birth chart also will open when it is required. That 5th lord is Mars, that we have given light red. And 5th sublord is Mercury. So now we have to check the destiny planet, fifth cuspal sublord. Fifth lord Mars and fifth sublord Mercury we have to check. Let us check the Mars. Mars is having some weakness, but star level planet is plus and minus. Star level is Saturn, is a good key planet. 2A level planet, again Mars has come, reducing the favorable strength, and sub level all are favorable. So it indicates what? Fifth lord, though it is having weakness, in the star of your planet is favorable significator 7, 1, 5, 1, 3, 11. And Star Lord is having some weakness again, ruled by the Mars, but second planet is favorable, and Sublord is 3, 9, 5, and 11. Very good grouping. Mars is there. So Mars is having some weakness, but Star Lord is supportive, and Sublord also supportive. The unfavorable key planet, which is causing obstacles for the destiny, that is fifth Lord itself, because repeated 2 times. Then what about the fifth sublord? Fifth sublord is Mercury. Mercury in the star of Mercury, 12 levels of Mercury, all are good green planets. So 511, 511, 3, 9, all are fine, right? But sublord is also good green planets, sixth lord, but 939. So we already given blue, but because of this 939, we have given the green, but you have to see that the difference between this green and this green, you have to keep it in mind. This is also green, but without any favorable 11th house or 5th house or 2nd house. You understand? So this is having supportive signification, favorable only. But when compared to Mercury, it is having some weakness, right, on the favorable side. But for these favorable key planet, it is supportive. 5, 11, 3 are further supported by 9, 3, 9. And moon is also mixed one. It's okay, not a problem. Since Mercury is repeated at all levels, then let us check the sub-lord of that Mercury. Mercury sub-lord is Rahu. Mercury's sub-lord is Rahu. Let us check what is Rahu signifying. Rahu is the fifth occupant and 6 and 9 cuspal sublord. Fifth occupant and 6 and 9 cuspal sublord. Rahu represents our unfavorable Mars. That is the problem. Mars actually, it is sub-sublord is Rahu representing Mars. So indirectly Mars is present, indicating some weakness, but not completely detrimental, right? And but you can see the star lord of the sublord Moon. Moon is conjoined with Mars. Moon is already influenced by the Mars unfavorable key planet directly. Any other planet is Mercury is influenced by Mars. Is it so? Mercury is not influenced by Mars directly. So that way, that destiny planet is supportive. Some weakness at the last level by way of the Mars only. Otherwise, Mercury is favorable. Mercury is conjoined with the Venus. Mercury conjoined with the Venus. Venus is our another favorable key planet, but Venus representing Ketu, indicating some weakness. And that Jupiter, the sign lord Jupiter, is aspecting to the Venus, right? The sign lord of the Venus is aspected. That sign lord of the Venus is Jupiter, is aspecting to the Venus. How is Jupiter? Jupiter is also good key planet. So that way, the destiny is favorable only. Some weakness only is present, not in a detrimental way. So that way, the destiny is favorable. So that fifth lord is getting the influence by the fifth lord itself. Mars is the unfavorable key planet because of this, right? That fifth lord itself, self-afflicted planet, right? But fifth sublord is good and indirectly afflicted by the Mars, but not in a strong way. So that way we are able to understand. Now what we have to do, we have to check the Dasa period in which the native got married. The native got married, let me check the date of marriage. 1/12/2014. Date of marriage is, let me note it down. Date of marriage, 1/12/2014. 1/12/2014. Let us check the period 1/12/2000. So Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, 1/12/2014. So Saturn Bugdi, Saturn Antra. So the native got married in Saturn Bugdi, Saturn Antra itself. So the 1/12/2014 is falling in this period. So that way the native got married in Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi and Saturn Antra. So for the marriage prospect, that Saturn in the star of this one, but 2 level supportive and sublord is also key planet, it is supported. Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, Saturn Antra itself supported for the marriage, right? But that Saturn is in the same Bugdi because Mercury Saturn is going to run approximately for about 3 years, approximately, right? So in that period, Saturn is favorable for the progeny. If then it will favor for the conception. But you can see that Mercury, sorry, not Mercury, that Saturn in which the native got married, Lagna sublord also, in the star of a planet is talking about this, our unfavorable Mars. Fifth lord moving towards unfavorable, and 12 level planet is supportive, but sublord planet also is with some unfavorable. So this is more unfavorable. Mars is star lord for the Saturn, right? So that is most important. Moreover, if you see that Saturn is aspected by the Mars by 8th aspect. So that way Mars is influencing the Saturn also. That way Lagna sublord itself in the star of this one. So Lagna conjoined with the moon. Sorry, that Mars is conjoined with the moon. So that area getting disturbed and Lagna is in the star of Mars 4, 8, 12, 10. It is indicating some defect. So Lagna having some weakness, and that sublord also Sun is also, it is supporting to some extent on the unfavorable side, and Mars is not good planet for the progeny prospect. So this is indicating not supportive for the pregnancy. So Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi was not supportive. So Mercury Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, it was not supportive for the pregnancy. And after that, Ketu started. Whether Ketu Dasa, Mercury Dasa over and Ketu Dasa started running. Whether Ketu Dasa itself is favorable for the progeny, you can see Ketu is a pink shade, is mixed one, representing Venus is good, and star level moon is also is a mixed one, not it is not unfavorable. 1/1/12, it is a mixed one, and 2 level planet is Saturn, is very good key planet. Sublord is a good key planet, and star lord of the sublord again Saturn is a good key planet. So Ketu planet is also favorable with the help of the key planet. Which are the favorable key planets making the Ketu Dasa supportive? Venus, Saturn. So they are repeatedly present. Venus and Saturn are strongly playing, and Ketu representing Venus, that Venus is the sublord, and Venus are conjoined with the Mercury. Mercury is the strong favorable key planet, right? So Venus is conjoined with the Mercury in the sign of Jupiter. So that is also playing role here. That important key planet 5 and 11 cuspal sublord also playing role. So that way Ketu Dasa is supportive for the progeny. But because of these obstacles and hurdles, 1 and 12, strong significator for the pregnancy is not there at the star level, and what do you call that, influence of the Jupiter, sorry, not Jupiter, Mars already there on the planet in the destiny, already having some influence because fifth lord itself is getting influenced. Now, what about that role of the unfavorable planet on this dasa? That which is the unfavorable key planet? Mars. That Mars is not playing role directly, but that star lord moon is conjoined with the Mars in the sign of moon itself. So Mars is influencing this moon 1/1/12 conjoined with the Mars unfavorable, then 1/4/12. So the star level Mars is weak. Because of that, we think that Ketu in a good Buddhi without the influence of the Rahu only can favor for the progeny conception. So within that Ketu, which are the planets are free from the influence of the Mars, we have to check. And let me close this window. The Bugdila should be free from the influence of the Mars, and it should have the strong key planets, our Saturn also, because what do you call that? In Ketu, Saturn is the 12 level planet. Venus and Saturn are the strong favorable key planet. And apart from that, our strong favorable key planet, Mercury. So Mercury, Saturn and Venus, they should be playing role in the Bugdi, and the Mars role should not be there. So that way we have to keep it in mind. If you see that, which are the planets are having such signification, let us choose first. Venus is okay, but Saturn is star level is fine, but 12 level is Mars is coming. It is indicating some weakness. You understand? So this is having some weakness at the 12 level. Though it is in 12 level, being the fourth lord having got this and this combination and fourth sublord, this is not so good. So let us keep this Venus in waiting list. Sun planet is also fourth sublord and star level is Venus is fine. But even if it is Venus, I said is a good key planet. It represents Ketu. It is having some weakness. So that is also playing role at the 12 level. At the same way, it is also present. So, but star level and sub level, these three planets are ruled by the favorable key planets, which we are discussing. Venus, Saturn. Venus and Saturn, they are all playing role here strongly. Other than that, Sun is also playing. Obviously, Mercury will join hands with the Venus because that is conjoined with the Mercury. So that Sun is fine. We will choose this, but because of this one, we have to keep whether it is favorable strongly or any other planet is strongly favorable for, strongly favorable more than Sun. Moon planet is having weakness. 12 level is Mars, that is not so strong, right? And Mars itself is not strong. Rahu, representing Mars. Okay, it is source level having some weakness, but Rahu is good. And star level Mercury, 2 level Mercury, sub level Venus. These grouping is very good. And last level also Saturn. So Mercury, Venus, Saturn, all the favorable key planets are playing role for Rahu. And Venus is there representing Ketu only at the third level, or it's a second planet. So star level planet it is present. Here sub-level planet only the Venus is playing. And you can see fifth occupant and ninth cuspal sublord. So when compared to Sun, this has got a good source from the source itself, and that is further supported by 3, 9, 5, 11, 3, 9, 5, 11. There is no role of 4, 8, 12, 2, 6. This unfavorable Ketu or Mars level, they are not playing role at the star level. You understand? So that way, this is comparatively better. Moreover, if you look at the birth chart, Venus and Mercury are in conjunction. So they are all forming roller link also. Star-lord planet and sub-lord planet are they're conjoined with each other. So that way, this is also fine. So that Rahu is better and Sun is also better. So then after that, Jupiter is coming. Jupiter is not very strong. Saturn is not very strong. Mercury is fine. So that we already discussed. So out of this, in Ketu Dasa, Sun is coming first, next comes the Rahu. Which is better? Sun is better or Rahu is better? Sun, star level, sub-level, Venus is coming. And when same planet is repeated, let us check the sub-lord of the Sun also. We have to check, compare Sun and the Rahu only. Sun in the sub of Saturn. Sorry, not Sun. Here sub of Mercury. That is also fine. So Sun in the sub of, let me clear this one. We are now comparing Sun and the Rahu because both are having the strong key planets of the Dasa Lord, that is Ketu, right? Sun sub-lord is itself Saturn only. So Saturn is also good. And Rahu, Mercury, Venus, this is very good. So when compared to Sun, that Rahu has got the strength because occupant of the fifth house and connected to the star level, all are forming ruler link, and sublord also very good. Star lord of the sublord also very good. Here the star level is fine, but the because the weakness Ketu there at the 2A level, sorry, second level Ketu representing Venus is straight away playing 2 times, indicating some weakness. When compared to Rahu, Sun is having some weakness. So, and in Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi is favorable for the conception, right? Let us check in which period that native got the conception. Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi, and Sun Antra, that native got the conception. You can see Sun has played role as the Antra. Sun Bugdi was coming prior to Rahu, but Rahu is stronger than the Sun, so that Rahu has supported because that key planet which is there in the Dasa Lord, Venus and Saturn, the both are present in the both the planet, but other unfavorable key planet, strong planet, Mercury is playing role for Rahu. So the Rahu Bugdi is supportive for the 5 and 11. That Bugdi is running with the 5 occupant, all these things. When Rahu Bugdi is running, the same Sun, which is having 2, 11, 9, and a favorable 2 and a favorable grouping, that favor for the conception. So Ketu Dasa Rahu Bugdi Sun was supportive for the conception. So let us check which period that delivery happened. So once the conception is taken place from the 9 months, let us check that period. Ketu, Rahu, Ketu, just a minute. Ketu Dasa, Rahu Bugdi, Sun Antra. So in the month of, say, February, and the first week of March. So if you calculate from this third month, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 11 months, that is 2021, just Rahu, Sun. So 11th month of 2021 it is completing the 9 months. So if February it is conceived, so definitely by month of November it will be supportive. November, right? November or December also we can take it. So in the month of November, by the time that Jupiter Bugdi started, that Rahu is over, Rahu Bugdi over, by the time of the gestation period, Jupiter is running. You check whether Jupiter is favorable. So Jupiter Bugdi is having some, Jupiter Bugdi having some weakness, but it is not completely unfavorable. It is supportive for carrying the pregnancy, not strong enough to initiate the pregnancy. So Jupiter, we can see Jupiter is in the star of moon, and 2A level Saturn is present. So Jupiter is having the key planet Saturn in its supports and in the rulers, and sublevel planet Rahu. Rahu is playing not the Mars. So that is one way it is better. Rahu, the good key planet, where the Bugdilad in which that conception taken place, that is also playing role. And the star lord of the sublord Mercury also playing. And Jupiter in the sign of Mercury only. They are in sign exchange, So that way, good key planet Mercury is there in the source also by way of sign exchange. Last level also it is coming. And second planet Moon is having some weakness because it is conjoined with the Mars. But 2A level planet, it is reducing the unfavorable strength and supporting to the favorable. So Jupiter, the Bugdi, can support for the pregnancy period. Within that Jupiter, when the 9 months is getting over, so that during the favorable antra, supportive antra, the delivery can happen. So as I said, the delivery happened after 9 months, 26/11/2021. Let me note it down. 26/11/2021. 2021, na? Yes. In that period, Ketu Jupiter was running 26/11/2021. Venus Antra. So how is Venus? we studied Venus. So after during that 9 months completion, Venus Antra is falling in place. Please carefully study the Venus. Venus, when we studied, it is not strong enough for the conception, but for the delivery, it is capable. As we studied in the previous video also, delivery period Antra can have the key planets, but can have unfavorable also. But planet level, star level, it is having some good key planets which are having that second house, fifth house, 11th house, and good key planets of the Bugdilad is ruling. That is strong enough to give the delivery during its antra, though it is having some weakness. That's what I said. You can see Venus is good key planet. You can see that Jupiter, in the Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn are strongly playing. So that Saturn is playing role at the star level itself, 71537. And sublord is Sun is having mixed signification, not bad. And Rahu playing role here, and Venus itself playing again. Venus is conjoined with the Mercury that we already studied, right? So Venus is conjoined with Mercury. Star level Saturn is also favorable. This grouping is enough. And sublord Sun 2 and 3, 7, 11. So favorable houses are also present, though it is having some weakness, but this is enough for the delivery. So during the delivery, Antra, we cannot expect the delivery can happen only during the strong, favorable, what you call Bugdi Lord and Antra Lord. It can happen in the supportive period. Bugdi Lord should be stronger in supporting for the pregnancy, right? The Salad, if it is mixed one, and in Ketu Dasa, Bugdi Lord should be stronger for the pregnancy that Rahu has given the pregnancy. When delivery is happening, within that Bugdi Lord Rahu also, that conception is taken place during the sun, which is favorable. Required houses are present. After that delivery happening during that Bugdi is changed during that period, Venus Antra was running. That is having, look at the favorable houses only 11, 2, 7, 1, 5, 1, 7, 1, 3, 11, and supported by Ragu 2, 1, 3, 7, 11, supported by Venus again. So it is having favorable grouping, having got 2, 5, 7, 11 houses are present here, right? And 9 also joining hands. That Venus is having the key planet of the Bugdilad. Which is the Bugdilad? Bugdilad is Jupiter. Jupiter is sign exchange with the Mercury. These two and Saturn are the strong favorable key planet. If you look at Venus, Venus is posted in the sign of Pisces and conjoined with Mercury. And Venus is aspected by Jupiter also in the by seventh aspect. And Saturn is the star lord, is already good, and Venus again repeating, and the sun is also playing role. So that way, that native delivered the baby during that Ketu Dasa. Let me note down the period for your academic purpose. Let me note it down. Marriage happened during that 1/12/2014. 1/12 marriage happened. Let me note it down somewhere else so that, just a minute. Date of marriage 1/12/2000, 2014. Yes, 2014. And date of child is 26/11/2021. You can see approximately 7 years. So date of marriage during that Mercury Dasa, but date of child with the help of the IVF happened in the Ketu Dasa. Ketu Dasa, Jupiter, Bugdi, and Venus Antra. Right? So 7 years. You can see one more thing also you can check in this. Fifth cuspal sublord is Mercury. Mercury planet is the fifth cuspal sublord, is posted in the sign of Pisces. Mercury itself is a planet for the duality. in the sign of Jupiter, that itself a dual planet, and Jupiter also aspecting in own star and sub, and also sublord also Jupiter. So that Mercury is conjoined with the Venus also. So now that native, after the IVF, with the help of the IVF, he got twins. Both are female. Female twins that native got after the IVF. So I think that rule also it is applicable here. So the native after the 7 years of the marriage only she got the child with the help of the IVF. I think we're able to understand. Now let us check whether at the time of the IVF, whether the how the transit was also having any support. So that IVF, at the time of delivery, what is the date of delivery? 26/11/2021. 2021. 26/11 at the time of delivery. So let us check the natal chart. So Jupiter was transiting on that day. Jupiter, just a minute, it is there in the Aquarius sign. So if you take the Aquarius sign in the natal chart, Jupiter position, Jupiter is here. So Jupiter is aspecting to the second house, and Jupiter is not aspecting to the fifth house. And Jupiter actually just entered, okay, 042. It means at the time of the pregnancy IVF treatment, Jupiter will be running here. Suppose if you calculate from 9 months prior to that, then automatically that during that which month they would have conceived 9 months prior to that means second month, yes, approximately second month of the 2021. If you take approximately, you can see Jupiter is here. Jupiter is ruling in the Capricorn. So then that Jupiter is aspecting to the moon, and Jupiter is aspecting to the 11th house. So that is supportive. Fifth lord is Mars. At the time of the IVF treatment, Jupiter is present here, aspecting to the Mars, fifth lord, and also aspecting to the 11th house. That support that during the IVF. When the IVF is over, then Jupiter is transit move to the Aquarius, so that it is aspecting to the second house. So that is also favorable. So that way, that checking the transit, especially the transit of the Jupiter will be supportive in finding the support of the Jupiter for the pregnancy, for the taste, for the treatments and all. That also we can consider during that supportive period, and the favorable transit that will be more useful also. I think we are able to understand this one, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you with another example.